Welcome to my latest listing in Port Melbourne. I'm going to take you on a full detailed property tour of this beautiful home. It'll be uninterrupted, it won't have any edits, no trick photography, just you, myself, and this beautiful home. I'll start with the location first. We're just making our way out to the front of the home. We are across the road from the Barak Beacon development. What I do like about this location here, this home, is that it's going to be directly across the road from a 40-metre wide green space. It'll literally go from BarakRoad here all the way through to Beach Street with tree space, greenery. A little bit else about the location, if we pan 90 degrees to my right hand side here, 200 metres down the road and you've got your toes in the sand on the beach. We're in between, for reference, Sandridge and New Beach. If we go the other way, we've got parks, we've got primary school, we've got the high school, all within about 500-600 metres. JL Murphy Reserve, Woolworths, absolutely everything at your fingertips. In terms of access, a short drive down the road and we've got access to the M1, the Westgate, CityLink, it's all right here. So let's come in and have a look at the house. The first thing you'll notice is that there's a beautiful fence out the front with magnolias sitting behind. It is quite private in here once you come inside. Low maintenance garden out the front as well. And you'll see here off-street dedicated parking with roof cover as well to protect the car. So George, come on inside and we'll go and take a look. As we come through the entrance, one thing I do love about this place is that you can't see directly into the living zone. So we do come into this dedicated walkway here, and beneath us here under feet you can see beautiful timber. It's just fantastic. I'm going to walk to the central part of the living space here. I think it's the best part of the home for sure. Nice open plan living and plenty of space with lots of natural light coming in. The rear of the house is west facing and we're actually in the afternoon here, so you can see the sun starting to come through these double glazed windows. It's really great. This is where you'll spend all your time at night times during the day. Beautiful living space here. We've got a 3-seater and a 2-seater. You can see it's quite large. Across to my left-hand side over here, we've got a 6-seater here. This table is quite large, and you can see there's plenty of room. We could go 8-seater, 10-seater here, not a problem at all. A couple other points here. We've got block-out blinds, which is fantastic. We also do have central heating and cooling, and it's zoned too. So although this is a really solid construction, it's brick veneer, it's got a pitch tiled roof. It does stay quite. The climate is quite good in here, but you can control that obviously with that split zoning as well. Come through to the kitchen space over here. Look at the size of this thing. It's a real chef's entertainer type kitchen. We've got 40mm stone, bench top just wraps all the way around here. Double split mixer, which is just fantastic. Plenty of cupboard space. Big 900mm gas appliance and our oven below here as well. Really large space for the fridge. Plenty of pantry space. We've got even more over here, which could be a linen or pantry as well, depending on how you want to use it. Just a fantastic space. The other thing that I'll point out too, if the camera can pick it up, we've got 3 light wells here. The skylights are electronic, remote control, and it just lets even more natural light come through to this space. So we'll come through to the master bedroom, which feeds off the main living space here. Excuse my back for a second as I walk through here. We've got a walk-in robe. We've got a large ensuite, so come on in here and have a look, with a second toilet in there too, which is great. And the master bedroom itself, you can see, is quite large. We've got a queen bed here, but easily, comfortably be able to fit a king size in here. There's a tall boy and a mirror here. It's a large space. It's really good. A lot of flexibility and option in here. You can imagine yourself on a weekend, through these double doors here, having an early morning coffee, or even maybe at the end of the week a red wine on the deck that comes out through here. And have a look at this space. I mean, in Port Melbourne, you just don't get this kind of garden. It's just brilliant. Nice, lush green grass. There's so many options here. If you've got a young family, easily get a trampoline here. You could even possibly put a pool in there if that's what you're after, or keep it as this beautiful space the way that it is. If you're an entertainer, now we come across to the other side here. This deck is quite expansive. I mean, you could comfortably get a big outdoor setting here, potentially even cover it with some type of pergola perhaps. Really, it's just a great space. You could keep it exactly the way that it is, enjoy the sun too. Over here on the right hand side, we've got a really large shed, which is great. It's about 2 meters deep, approximately 2 meters by about 5 meters. So you can get all the stuff in there that obviously you want to tuck away. Let's come back through the house, and I'm going to take you all the way down to the second bedroom and also the main bathroom. So the main bathroom itself is quite large, which is brilliant. It's a really good space. So let's come in and have a look in here. You'll see we've got 2 basins and a really large shower space in there too. To the right hand side, a separate powder room, which is just great. You've got a separate toilet there. And then directly across here, if you follow me through, we've got what I would call the third bedroom here. And for a third bedroom, you can see it's enormous. It does have a sheer blind here with a block out blind as well. So if you want a little bit of light coming through, you can, or if you want to totally block it out, you can too. Queen size bed in here. Our friends at Style Point, Lil at Style Point, has done a lovely job at decorating this home for us for presentation. You could easily get a king size bed in here as well, or bunk beds, or really the world's your oyster in here. Another thing that we'll point out throughout the home, you'll notice there is a mixture of different lights, and we've got down lights in here too. Now, if I get George to swing around there and come into this next space, a dedicated laundry zone. And you can see it's quite large. We've got the sink in there, there's bench space, there's cabinetry, there's cupboard to put the mops and brooms and everything. Really well thought out renovation in this property. It really has got everything we need. Coming through to this side, this is we've got this set up as a nursery here. You could comfortably have this as a study if you wanted to, or even a kid's bedroom. I mean, you could comfortably get a single bed in here. You could put built-in robe if you wanted to. It's got the heritage old fireplace, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. There's plenty of different options in here. Now we'll continue on down the hallway here and flip around to the last room. Now, this room here could be your second bedroom. It is quite large. It does have a cavity door here to close away, to lock it away. Realistically speaking, you can see here we've got it set up as a bedroom with an office as well. It's got a built-in robe behind you there, George, which you'll pick up in a second. But look, there's plenty of options here, right? Like this could comfortably be a home study. It could be a lounge, a second living zone, perhaps, if you wanted the separate zones. Again, the options here are plenty. I really like the high ceilings in here too. It does give a really good sense of space. And given that we're now back on the front side of the house, I did want to point out that the privacy that you get from the front of the street here, from the BarakRoad side of the street, is pretty good. We've got plantation shutters, you've got the magnolias behind you, you've got the fence behind you. It is quite good. Now, in terms of the Barak site, the Barak Beacon site, there is a lot of information online about this. We had a quick look at Homes VIC and Engage VIC websites, and there's a lot of data there. A couple of the key takeaways that we took out of it was that the development's is scheduled to be finished by the end of 2026. The other great part about this particular sale is that the vendor is flexible on settlement terms. So potentially we can shorten the distance in terms of when that building is going to be finished. Historically, there was 89 dwellings on the site previously, social housing dwellings, and the new construction has a total of 130 social homes. All of the existing residents were invited back to come back to move in once it's complete, if they choose. There are a further 278 dwellings being built across the road here, and the majority of those properties are what they're calling market price rentals, so they're just rentals. There are also some affordable rentals, so it'll be partially subsidised in some way, and disability accommodation as well. So it is a bit of a blend of different types of dwellings across the road. A couple other takeaways that we took is that there's on-site renter support, so there's going to be a permanent presence there, which is great. Provision for a cafe, there's public accessible spaces, including green space, playgrounds, bike tracks, there's a lot of different things over there. I'd encourage you to jump online and have a look for yourself. There's a lot of information about it. If you just Google Barak Beacon, Port Melbourne, it comes up, you'll be able to see. As I mentioned at the start of the video, directly across the road as we look out through this window, it's going to be a 40-metre wide green space zone. So although the majority of this home is at the west side, which is at the other side of the house, as you walk out the front door, as you drive out of your home, you're going to see plenty of green space and all the way through to Beach Street. So look, thank you for joining me on the video tour today. I hope you really enjoyed the home. If you like the way that we presented this home, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to come around and do an appraisal for your home. And I really look forward to seeing you at our upcoming inspection.